Welcome to The Explainer. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty of some really complex worlds. And today we are absolutely diving head first into the deep end with the metaphysical fantasy epic Dreamweaver, Book 5, Decay. This one's a doozy, so let's get right to it. Okay, so right out of the gate, the story just throws us into this huge cosmic conflict. I mean, just look at this incredible artwork. This makes it so clear, right? We're not talking about a simple physical war here. No. This is a battle for the soul of humanity, and it's being fought in the very fabric of reality. And this quote right here, it really just nails the central conflict of the entire universe. So you've got two sides. On one hand, you have the forces, these beings of just immense power, created for one purpose, to obey the gods, no questions asked. But then you have humans, and even though they were made by the same gods, they have this one little thing the forces don't: the freedom to just say no. So you think, okay, freedom, that's great. But hold on. The prologue immediately starts messing with your head. It suggests that this whole struggle, this entire fight for freedom, might just be part of a much bigger, much more terrifying game. A huge conspiracy, apparently orchestrated by this shadowy figure called the Weaver of Calamity. And this Weaver claims that humanity's choices, they were made long before anyone was even born. What do you do with that? So, who are the poor souls caught in the middle of this cosmic game? Let's meet the key players. And what's great is we get to know them through their, let's just say, unique and often hilarious relationships. It's what keeps this epic plot from flying completely off the rails. All right, first up, we have the protagonist's dad, the Nightmare King. And that name fits. His wife calls him fundamentally twisted, and honestly, she's not wrong. I mean, this is a guy who's like, my dear, now I'm off to kill a few hundred people. Like he's just popping out to get milk. But then, in the next scene, he can be incredibly sweet and loving with her. It's this insane mix of dark humor and genuine affection that really makes these characters pop, you know? It keeps the whole cosmic war thing from feeling too distant. And that brings us to our two heroines, Ai and Ayumi. Their bond, this kind of sisterly connection you see here, is truly the emotional heart of the entire story. But then you look at the other image and you see what they're up against. These dark forces are relentlessly trying to tear them apart. And it's not just about destroying their world, it's about attacking who they are at their very core. The character dynamics are just chef's kiss. They're filled with moments exactly like this. You have a marriage proposal that fails spectacularly because the groom's dad is the one doing the proposing for him, and it all ends with the actual hero, Zahn, getting punched so hard he flies through 3 walls. It's this perfect chaotic blend of high-stakes romance and almost cartoonish slapstick that makes you have no idea what's coming next. Now, something I find really cool is how the story just demolishes the fourth wall. It's packed with meta-humor, and sometimes characters will literally talk to the author. And then you get these sticko-mix. They're these little hand-drawn comics that just show up in the middle of the action, maybe to show us what a character is thinking or just to get a quick laugh in. It's such a fun and unique way to tell the story. Okay, so we've met the players. Now let's talk about the game itself. To really get what's at stake here, we have to dive into the metaphysical rules of this whole universe. And really, the whole shebang comes down to this one core difference. The forces, super powerful, sure, but they're basically puppets. They have to follow the script. Humans, on the other hand, have this chaotic, messy, unpredictable thing called free will. And guess what? That very freedom has put a giant target on their backs. This isn't just a little disagreement. It's a fundamental crack in the cosmic order. And let's just say someone is really not happy about it. And the one who's not happy? That would be Diablo. He's the mastermind behind this whole grudge. See, he used to be a powerful force himself, a bearer of the light, but he looked at humanity, at their special, paradoxical place in creation, and saw it as an insult, an affront. So he totally rejected his own nature and has spent, eons plotting to wipe humanity off the map. For good. Now, this is the really crucial part. This isn't a war fought with swords and armies, it's a war of ideas. Diablo's grand conspiracy, his master plan, is to basically declaw humanity spiritually. He wants to turn their own intelligence against them. How? By convincing them that all these spiritual concepts, God, the devil, even truth and love, aren't real, tangible forces. They're just abstract ideas, myths, emotions. Nothing to worry about. In this war of ideas, this grand conspiracy, it's given birth to a brand new and frankly terrifying kind of enemy. So think about it. In a war that's not about who's strongest, but about who understands reality better.
What's the ultimate enemy you could possibly face?
Well, the answer is an enemy called decay, and it's a metaphysical force that doesn't come at you from the outside. No, it attacks you from within, because it is, quite literally, you. It's your perfect reflection. The way decay gets you is just horrifyingly personal. It perfectly mirrors everything about you, your personality, your memories, and then it uses your own logic, your own past actions to judge you. It basically puts you on trial with yourself as the prosecutor. You're trapped in this battle inside your own head that you logically cannot win. So you have two choices: either abandon your conscience to get out of it, or accept its judgment and lose all will to even exist. And this is precisely why decay is such a perfect weapon. It preys on that practical, realist mindset that Diablo's conspiracy has been pushing for ages. It takes humanity's greatest tool, our intelligence, and turns it into the very bars of our own cage. Your own mind becomes your predator. So, where does this leave our heroes? I mean, how in the world do you fight an enemy that is you? An enemy that weaponizes your own thoughts against you? What the story is really telling us, I think, is that the epic, grand, cosmic war and the quiet, internal, personal battles are actually the exact same thing. They're all deeply intertwined. If our characters want to save the world from Diablo's master plan, they first have to save themselves from their own inner decay. The macro and the micro are one. And that leaves us with this final, truly provocative thought. It's a warning given to one of our heroines, I. She's told that her greatest sin was her kindness. Just let that sink in. It suggests that in this incredibly complex war of ideas, the very virtues we think are our greatest strengths, kindness, love, self-sacrifice, could actually become our most tragic, world-ending flaws. A pretty chilling thought to leave you with.